Hi everyone, welcome to another quick and random session for the CISSP exam. Here we will go through fire suppression and fire classes. So they are this is very important topic for the CISSP exam. We need to understand the fire classes and the difference between those classes. Uh, and let's get started. So if we talk about class A, so it is ordinary combustible, so means wood, paper, cloth. So um, in this class we use water, right? Absorb heat, foam or dry chemical. So here you can see we also have some mnemonic to remember all these classes. For the CISSP exam, class is ash. So that means when wood and paper cloths, when they're burned, we know that eventually we see ash. A class B is a boil, so flammable liquid, oil, gasoline. So these mnemonic has nothing to do with the classes, but just for exam purpose, I use these mnemonic. Thus, we could remember them for the CISSP exam. So class B, all liquids which could boil. So we use foam, CO2. CO2 removes oxygen or dry chemicals, but we never use water because water could spread liquid, right? When gasoline mm, when gasoline or liquids are burned, so we always use foam and CO2. Class C, electrical. C, here you can see mnemonic current. So electrical equipment, we use CO2, remove oxygen, clean agents, FM100, nitrogen, and here also never water. So as we all know that for electrical components, water is not a good option. Then class D, drill, again, magnesium. So metals, we use dry powder because water could react violently with burning metals. Class K, kitchen, cooking oils, fats. We use wet chemicals, and it cools down. So these are the five classes: Class A, Class B, Class C, Class D, and Class K. So what we use to cool down or to get rid of the fire. So we always need to know about these classes. It's very important for the CISSP exam to understand the difference between those classes. So then second thing is fire separation systems. So first one is wet pipe sprinkler, always filled with water, fast in response, it is fast. But if there is a false positive and if it is activated, it could damage, right? Accidental risk of accidental water damage, could be leaks, right? So that pipe could be broken and it could cause a damage. Um, Wet pipe sprinkler, all water is immediately released. The second is dry pipe sprinkler. So pipes are filled with pressurized air, nitrogen, but there is no water, right? So they are filled with pressurized air. So therefore we call them dry pipe sprinkler. When sprinkler head activates, air escapes, valves open, then water flows into pipes released through sprinkler, right? At initial stage, they are filled with the air. So it is good for cold environments where pipes might freeze. It could There could be a slight delay compared to wet system because as we know, wet systems they release water immediately. Then the third is pre-action systems requires two triggers points, smoke and heat. Like they are like dry pipe until fire conditions are verified. So there are two conditions which needs to be met, needs two triggers. Deduction systems, heat smoke detector activates, fire, fills pipes with water. Sprinkler head heat at the location activates, actually release water. So yes, it releases water, but only after both conditions are met. So here we see immediately water is released, but here we see that water is not immediately released. First, at first place, it is filled with pressurized air, and here, there, if these two conditions are met, if there is a smoke plus heat, then then water is released. We might see slight delay, but great for the data centers and areas where you want to avoid accidental discharge, right? For example, a single faulty smoke detector wouldn't flood your server room because the sprinkler head still needs to open. So if one condition, both conditions should be true in this particular case. Right. Second is another clean agent FM100 safe for electronics and people. Helen replaced it, the legacy system, Helen. So CO2 system displaces oxygen, effective but unsafe for the human. So we need to keep in mind when it comes to human, we always use FM100 antigen. We do not use CO2 because it displaces, it absorbs the oxygen, right? So human safety comes first, right? In CISSP exam, when you see any question related to human safety, you may consider that option. Okay, so exam tips, data center pre-action plus clean agents are used. Class C, never water use CO2 or clean agents, right? CO2 effective but unsafe for occupied spaces, that could be exam trap. So right, so you need to understand this is very effective, but it is not good where we have people. Helen legacy system phased out, replaced by FM200 and Intergen. So that is a quick discussion regarding this topic. So I hope that might help you to understand about this topic. And so if you remember these mnemonic as well as the suppression systems, fire suppression system. So if you see question related to this topic, I think it would not be very difficult to, attempt that question. So thank you so much for watching this session. If you have any question or feedback, please share in the feedback section.